Thank you for watching Charm of Japan, Kyoto. A well-known tourist destination in Japan, needs no introduction. It is a popular spot visited by numerous domestic and international tourists. Among the many attractions in Kyoto, one that attracts a large number of visitors is Kiyomizu-dera Temple. The phrase, jumping off the stage at Kiyomizu, is something many people have likely heard at least once. Kiyomizu-dera Temple is also the location where the kanji of the year is announced every December as a registered UNESCO World Heritage Site. Kiyomizu-dera Temple is an absolute must-visit spot for anyone exploring Kyoto. In this video, we will introduce the history and highlights of Kiyomizu-dera Temple. Please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for your support.
History of Kiyomizu-dera Temple. Kiyomizu-dera Temple was founded in the year 778 AD. Over 1,200 years ago the temple came into existence. A monk named Kenshin, who was undergoing training in Nara, received a divine message in a dream instructing him to go north in search of a clear spring. Following the divine message, Kenshin embarked on a journey northward. Eventually Kenshin discovered a waterfall on Mount Ottawa in Kyoto, from which pure water sprang forth. He encountered a wise hermit named Kiyomizu-dera, who was practicing asceticism by the waterfall. Kiyomizu-dera imparted a sacred wooden statue believed to possess the power of Cannon of Avalokiteshvara to Kenshin, and said, "I have been waiting for your arrival. Create a statue of 1,000-armed cannon with this sacred wood and protect this holy site of cannon." Realizing that Kiyomizu-dera must be an incarnation of Cannon, Kenshin dedicated himself to safeguarding the grass hut on Mount Ottawa and the sacred site of Cannon. The clear spring discovered by Kenshin came to be known as the Ottawa Waterfall, and to this day, pure water continues to flow at Kiyomizu-dera Temple. 2 years later, on a day when Sakano no Muramaro visited Mount Ottawa for deer hunting, he encountered Kenshin at the Ottawa Waterfall. Kenshin admonished Muramaro for killing animals in the holy site of Cannon, and preached the merits of Cannon Bodhisattva. Deeply moved by these teachings, Muramaro established a temple with the 11-headed Cannon as the main deity, inspired by the purity of the Ottawa waterfall. He named it Kiyomizu-dera Temple, designated as a temple recognized by the emperor. When Kiyomizu-dera Temple was first established, its main hall was small and its grounds not particularly large. However, as Muramaro Sakano climbed the ranks, he received land from the imperial court, gradually expanding the scale of the temple. In 810, the temple was designated as officially recognized by the emperor, leading to further development. The temple received support from the citizens of Heian-kyo. Heian-kyo was established at a distance from Nara, then Heiho-kyo, to get away from the overly strong influence of Buddhism. The citizens of the city did not cling to traditional Buddhism, but rather placed fervent hopes in the Cannon deity of Kiyomizu-dera Temple. The era was characterized by great anxiety among both nobles and citizens, due to the prevailing Mappo thought, a Buddhist belief that they had entered the end of the Dharma. In such a world, the Cannon deity of Kiyomizu-dera Temple represented a glimmer of hope for the people. Surviving repeated fires and ascending to World Heritage status, Kiyomizu-dera has been thriving for over 1,200 years since its founding. But its journey has not always been smooth sailing. According to historical records, it experienced many hardships, including near total destruction by fire as many as 9 times. Each time, it managed to be rebuilt. Kiyomizu-dera's greatest crisis came in 1467, during the Onin War. The town was devastated, and Kiyomizu-dera could not escape the damage. At that time, the imperial court had fallen into disarray, lacking both power and financial resources to rebuild the completely burned Kiyomizu-dera. Therefore, a monk named Ganami, who had been involved in the reconstruction of bridges and temples nationwide, was invited. Utilizing Ganami's connections, the temple was rebuilt over several decades. The last major disaster that Kiyomizu-dera suffered was a fire in 1629, in the early Edo period. At that time, Kiyomizu-dera's own lands and income were minimal, and they could not generate the funds for restoration themselves. However, the temple was rebuilt 4 years later, thanks to a generous donation from the third shogun, Tokugawa Iemitsu. After this, although Kiyomizu-dera was not particularly damaged, when Jishu Shrine became independent due to the separation of Shinto and Buddhism during the Meiji period, the temple was registered as a World Heritage Site, as part of the Historic Monuments of Ancient Kyoto, in 1994. As already mentioned, Kiyomizu-dera is one of the sacred sites of Kannon. Among the 33 sacred sites of the Seigoku Kannon pilgrimage, Kiyomizu-dera is listed as the 16th place where pilgrims receive a stamp as a mark of their visit. Kiyomizu-dera, which retains the appearance of about 400 years ago, continues to welcome many tourists, and is recognized as one of Japan's leading tourist attractions. Highlights of Kiyomizu-dera. Kiyomizu-dera, with its history spanning over 1,200 years, boasts numerous attractions. Today, let's introduce 5 recommended spots among them. Let's take a look at each one. 1. Hondu. The Hondu of Kiyomizu-dera is located on the cliff of Ottawa Mountain. This traditional wooden building is designated as a national treasure. Jutting out in front of the main hall is the most famous, Hinoki Cypress stage, widely known as Kiyomizu stage. The stage stands at a height of approximately 13 meters, equivalent to a 4-story building. The architecture of the main hall uses an ancient Japanese, traditional construction method called kakezakuri. Wooden materials are assembled in a lattice pattern to support each other, creating a highly earthquake-resistant structure on the steep cliff of Ottawa Mountain. Where construction is challenging, the stage is supported by 18 pillars, made from zelkova trees that are over 400 years old. The larger pillars reach lengths of about 12 meters and circumferences exceeding 2 meters, standing in orderly rows. Many pins, nuki, are used to connect the pillars. The pillars are assembled using a joint method called sugite, which ingeniously combines the wooden materials, and not a single nail is used in the pillars. Supporting the main hall of Kiyomizu-dera. The current stage was rebuilt in 1633 and still supports the stage of Kiyomizu-dera, bustling with many worshippers. Nearly 400 years after its reconstruction, today, the stage of Kiyomizu-dera is popular for its beautiful view. But its original purpose is to face the Kannon deity, enshrined in the innermost part of the main hall. During special Buddhist services, the stage of Kiyomizu-dera is used to perform arts for the Kannon deity. A how refers to a gathering related to Buddhist teachings, also called a Buddhist service or memorial service. 2. Ottawa Waterfall. The Ottawa Waterfall is the origin of Kiyomizu-dera's foundation and the source of the temple's name. The spring water, known in ancient times as golden water or longevity water, has been flowing continuously since the temple's establishment. Unlike the Temizuya place for ritual cleansing of hands and mouth found at many temples and shrines, Ottawa Waterfall is a power spot at Kiyomizu-dera, where visitors can draw the spring water with a ladle for blessings. The spring water splits into 3 streams, each said to confer different benefits, making it very popular. Each of the 3 split streams provides a different blessing. The waterfall on the right, from the viewer's perspective, is said to grant longevity. The middle waterfall is said to fulfill romantic desires. or aid in forming relationships. The waterfall on the left grants success in studies. However, only one blessing can be received per visit. It is said that drinking water from the other waterfalls, or drinking multiple cups from the same waterfall would reveal your greed. And consequently, you would lose the blessing. Choose the blessing you desire the most. And take only 1 cup of the spring water. 3. Nyoman Gate. The Nyoman Gate is the main gate of Kiyomizu-dera. This gate, covered in a brilliant vermilion lacquer, is designated as an important cultural property. It was rebuilt at the beginning of the 16th century, after being burned down during the Onin War. In 2003, a restoration was conducted, returning the gate to its original beautiful red color. The Komeinu guardian lion dog statues, standing in front of the Nyoman Gate, are somewhat unique. Generally, Komeinu are divided into Agyo with an open mouth and Unyo with a closed mouth, but both Komeinu at Kiyomizu-dera are Agyo with open mouths. These Komeinu, built in 1944, were modeled after those at the south Great Gate of Todai-ji Temple. It is said that they were originally made for Jishu Shrine, the tutelary shrine of Kiyomizu-dera. 4. West Gate. To the right, after passing through the Nyoman Gate, you will see Kiyomizu-dera's West Gate. It was reconstructed in 1631, as it offers beautiful views of the setting sun over the western mountains. The West Gate is especially recommended to visit at sunset. It is also a place for practicing Nisoken, contemplation of the Pure Land. Nisoken is a form of training that requires no prior knowledge or experience. By gently watching the setting sun, it is said to allow you to confront your inner self. 5. Three-storied pagoda. Rising immediately behind the West Gate is the three-storied pagoda. Standing approximately 31 meters tall, it ranks among the tallest in Japan. It is a symbol of Kiyomizu-dera, visible from the city of Kyoto. The current pagoda was reconstructed in 1632, and is designated as an important cultural property. Recommended spots around Kiyomizu-dera. Kyoto is home to numerous World Heritage Sites, including Kiyomizu-dera. There are also recommended tourist spots around Kiyomizu-dera: Ninenzaka Ninenzaka and Sanenzaka Sanenzaka. These are the approach paths to Kiyomizu-dera, Ninenzaka and Sanenzaka. Their formal names are Ninenzaka and Sanenzaka, respectively. Many shops, including ones where you can enjoy Kyoto sweets, line the streets. These places are worth visiting along with Kiyomizu-dera. The saying, "If you stumble and fall here, you will die within 2 or 3 years," has been passed down. But it is simply a cautionary tale to urge careful walking. Living Japanese traditions at Kiyomizu-dera. In this article, we introduced Kiyomizu-dera, which is famous for its Kiyomizu stage. The main hall of Kiyomizu-dera is designated as a national treasure. And there are many other important cultural properties. Many tourists from Japan and around the world visit this temple. Kiyomizu-dera, which has a history of over 1,200 years, is a place where you can glimpse traditional Japanese techniques such as kakezukuri and sugite. When you visit Kyoto, make sure to visit Kiyomizu-dera and feel its history on your skin.
Thank you for watching until the end. Let's continue to enjoy a virtual trip to Japan together in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. Thank you so much.